What's going on, you guys? Back again with another video out here in this hot heat. They got the heat warning going all over the United States, pretty much that's what they said on the news, but we'll probably hit the 100 digits today. Came prepared, got all of our cooler, everything. Had to even break out some of our rocking my Colombian Costeño hat. Got to keep it real. Got all my drinks in there: PD Light, Powerade, water, of course my energy drinks because I like the sugar-free Monsters. Forgot my gummy bears. Definitely like having my gummy bears. We'll have to stop and get some of those just for the glycogen levels to keep our energy up while we're out here grinding in this heat, staying hydrated. You know, definitely don't want to pass out in this heat. So changing it up, I'm going to check out the Husqvarna Titanium Pro wire for the trimmer. I've been using, of course, the Stihl for a while. I usually buy one of the big rolls that lasts me the whole season, but this is probably what's left over from last season, and it's okay, you know me. It's like some days I like it, some days I don't, but it seems like it's been breaking off a lot lately. I've been trying to do what other people say, you know, putting it in water to, you know, put moisture back in the line, but we're gonna change it up real quick. We're gonna see how the Husqvarna Titanium X-Pro does. I stopped and bought this at Lowe's, so you know me, I'm small time. There ain't no sponsorships with here, and I'm not product pushing, so you know, we're gonna sit here and utilize this and see how we can do. I'll break out the GoPro camera, get some attachments, throw it on our Stihl trimmer, and we'll get to it. So let's get out here, get in this heat, man. We got a lot to do today, so let's get it. Let's grind. Alright guys, we just got done with our first lawn. This is my anchor customer. I do about 4 of his lawns every week, same day. So I was planning out the days for his lawns. But yeah, didn't start off to a good start with that the Husqvarna line. But it's okay. We got it on there. You know what I mean? It gets a little frustrating too because that little eyelet thing for the still trimmer always falls out. So I'm thinking about trying to take those and like spray painting them or coloring them like a neon color because they fall out so dang easy. I probably could glue them in there or something, but just don't worry about it. I just always try to keep my eye on it just to make sure I don't lose it. But as soon as we got it in there, I almost felt like I'm using the .95 string, but I feel like I could almost use the 105. I know it's thicker. It's always a little bit harder to get it into that little slot on the spool of the head of the trimmer, but the 95, it's a little surprising at first, you know. Usually when I use the still trimmer line, I know some of the people be like, oh, you need to get the high-end still trimmer line. I've used that too, and I always felt like the orange spool that I get from Stihl is the best. But the trimmer line that I got from them when I first bought the trimmer was different than the other stuff, and I seem to can't find that stuff. It seemed like it was a tougher trimmer line. It wasn't like smooth. It was like it felt a little rough to it. But this trimmer line is it's opening up my eyes just a little bit, so we're gonna run it all day and see how we do. Usually I'm always bumping the head left and right, boom, 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 and there's a couple times, you know, even when I was out there that, you know, I thought it was down, I bumped the trimmer line and, you know, cut a little bit off with that. I probably should try taking off that little guard on there. I just have it on this one. I did on my old weed eater, and I might, you know, that's always one of those things when I start running with it, I kind of leave it on there and then eventually I'll take it off. So the line going on was a little bit easier, you know what I mean? But I almost felt like it was more lighter. So, but it was a little bit stronger. You know, it's only 1 yard right now. We're gonna get to our next yard. We're gonna edge with that. So we'll edge with the trimmer line. We won't break out the blade edger today, and we'll just use the trimmer line. We'll see how that holds up. See if we got to fill it up more or how it lasts. So far, it's got me opening up my eyes. I'm like, I know you can't see, but we'll see. Let's go to the next yard and try it out. we're using the Husqvarna Titanium X-Pro. I wanted to try something different because I've been running, you know, pretty much the still trimmer line, the green stuff that you get in the big old spool. I don't know if I had any back here, but I've been running that for probably the last, you know, 3 years, and I've tried some of the other stuff by still also. So, you know, it's one of those things where people can say, oh, you need to try this stuff, this is the better stuff. I've tried it, but for the still trimmer line, I've liked just the plain orange stuff that you buy in the big roll. You know, that was always the better one. It's a little bit cheaper than their high-end stuff, but to me, I didn't feel like their high-end stuff was that great. I didn't like it. It kind of broke off easily too, so I figured if it's just going to break off easily, I'll just go with the regular still trimmer line. But when I first got my FS94 trimmer, the line that was in that was different than the stuff that you could buy from the dealer, and I want to say that I haven't been able to find it yet. You know, I don't know if Echo makes like a version of it or not, but that's what I'm going to try maybe next. I'm going to see what Echo has over there. I think some of their Black Diamond or something like that trimmer line. I might try that next, but the Husqvarna Titanium X-Pro stuff that I used today, I can honestly say that at first, I don't know if I was fully sold on it. You know what I mean? It feels like it's smaller than the other, you know, the still trimmer line, but it's still wound up good. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I wound this up. I've been using the still trimmer line, like I said, for the last 3 years, and now that I've been using this, there's stuff that, you know, I didn't even think was happening that I would have problems with the still trimmer line. With the still, I would wind it up and it would almost kink itself inside the trimmer head. So I'd sit there and consistently hit the trimmer head at times with the still trimmer line, and it wouldn't come out because it was kinked on itself while you wound it up. With this, I didn't have that at all this whole time, and it just actually made me think about that, you know, I didn't have any downtime with having to take the head off. I didn't have to take the time to unravel the hose, or, you know, because it was biting itself within the trimmer head. So that was actually, that's a win-win situation, because it seems like throughout the day I have to fix that when I'm trimming. And another thing that I can honestly say, where I was actually running the line, as you guys can see on some of the edging I was actually doing, this stuff edges really, really good. I'm really surprised with the line that I was able to run with this. And not that I'm sitting here playing with it while I'm messing around, but I can with the still trimmer line, when I would go down, you know, edging with it, I would eat up, you know, line real quick, to the point where most of the time I used to think it was just my trimmer head, because it would totally break off. One of the whole, you know, lines would just shear right off and go right back inside the head. And you know, I was forced to have to take the head off, redo it up, and, you know, it's just too much downtime. But with this, I didn't have none of that, and I'm really surprised. I'm actually, you know, kind of like flabbergasted a little bit, because, you know, I had no downtime like I've been having for with the still trimmer line. So honestly, I can honestly say that I'm gonna look at trying to pick up some of the Black Diamond, but I'm probably gonna buy one of the big spools of this. And this is the 95-inch, well, 0.095. I'm tempted to try the 105, see what happens with that. I know it's gonna be bigger, you know, it doesn't spin as quickly, but this stuff, you know, just using it the whole day, because we knocked out 7 properties today. I know you didn't see it on the video, but knocked out 7 properties today here in the city. And I didn't say I used up that much trimmer line like I would have if I used the still trimmer line. The still, I'm just eating that stuff up. But this stuff, I think the more I'm thinking about it, you know, and probably when I get off the video, I'll probably start thinking of more little things that I was doing, and it just lasted. You know, and I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about, where, you know, you start edging and you're edging and you have to stop, bump the head. With this one, I felt like it was just staying. Those times where it just, you know, kept on going and going and going. And I'm really surprised. I'm like, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm really liking it. So, you know, and I mean, it doesn't, you know, here we go. It was It looks like it's manufactured where Charlotte, North Carolina. Big ups to my people back in NC. I still rep the 910 with my phone number out here in the 405. That's how much I still, you know, keep it real with my North Carolina-ness. So my East Coast love for you guys. Wish I was back home, but you know, it is what it is. I'm out here in the OKC making that money. But yeah, right here, this gets a thumbs up for me. 2 thumbs up. In fact, I'm gonna go get probably a huge spool tonight. But we need to try that black diamond. I'm gonna look at that, see if I can find it. But let me know what you guys think, what you guys try out, what you guys like. I know some of the other people like Oregon. They make some, but some of the Gator line, I've tried that too. And this right here, this is #1 for me right now. So I'm really liking it. So like, subscribe. I'll see you in the cut, you guys.